Hey there, it's Rodney Walker here with Grant Center USA. You know, I'm so happy that you're taking the time to go through these trainings that's going to help you to be able to prepare grant proposals in half the time. You know, you don't have to make some of the same mistakes that I made when I was first starting out. When I was a newbie, didn't know what I was doing, really wet behind the ears, I made a lot of costly mistakes. And I want to share one big costly mistake that I made a long time ago so that you won't make that same mistake. You know, because when you really kind of think about grant writing requires that you be strategic. You got to make the right moves. If you make the wrong moves, it can cost you the opportunity to get funded. And I don't want you not getting funded. I want to see you get funded. And remember the last video, I shared with you some information that talked about what we got to do if we're going to be able to write grants in half the time. I said, number one, that you have got to make sure that you have a project in mind that you're seeking funding for, and that you had to know the who, what, when, where, and how. I also talked to you about the importance of understanding the process and what that process looked like. And then I also share with you that if you're going to do it, you got to take a leap. You got to take a leap right away and take some immediate action. And then remember, I recapped and gave you a list of all of the things that actually would go inside of a proposal. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, make sure that you look at the last email that I sent you that had that training in it. But I want to share with you right now some information that's going to help you to get funded. And I want to give you something that will help to cut down your time so that you can get funded sooner versus later. Now, one big mistake that I made when I was just starting out, didn't know what I was doing, was that I actually sent in a proposal to a funder. Now, I know you're probably saying, Rodney, what's wrong with that? That's what we're trying to do grant writing for, right? Well, yes and no. Here's the yes. The yes is that we will eventually submit a proposal. But the no is that most funders, especially foundation private grant funders, don't want you to submit a full-blown proposal to them at first. They want something else. And I want to tell you about what that something else is. That something else is known as a letter of intent. It's also called a letter of inquiry. Some people like to think about it as a test letter. Now, what are we testing out? We're testing out to see if the funder actually wants you to submit a full-blown proposal. Now, remember in that last training that I shared with you, a typical grant proposal that's going to a foundation or a funder is typically about 8 pages long. Now, think about it, an 8-page long proposal. Now, that 8-page long proposal is something that takes time for you to prepare, and it takes time for the funder to actually be able to read it. So what the funders would much rather have you do, instead of you submitting a full 8-page proposal, taking a lot of time and energy doing that, they say, you know what, hey, submit us a letter of inquiry, which is simply 2 pages long, and let us know what you're thinking about doing, and we'll decide if we actually want to receive your full-blown proposal. Now, I don't know about you, but if you really think about this and you're at the process of getting ready to write a grant proposal, this can help you tremendously, because I wasted time by submitting, you know, taking the time. It took me like a month and a half when I wrote my very first proposal. I didn't know what I was doing, so it took me a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time. So you can cut your time in half by not submitting a proposal when you have not been asked to submit a proposal. Do the letter of inquiry first, and when you do that, that's going to help you to save time and let the funder know, hey, is this something we are thinking about possibly funding? Or is this something that we want to know a little bit more information about? If so, then they will send back to you and say, hey, great, now go ahead and submit a full-blown proposal. So we want to do that first. We don't want to do what I did, which was just submit a proposal. We want to do things the smart way, and the smart way is to send this test letter that saves time, allows them to see if they actually want to see your proposal. Now, here's what I'm going to do. In the next training that I'm going to send over to you, my friend, I'm going to kind of give you some suggestions and some ideas about how to do this at a very high level, okay? I'm going to share with you what I do when I put together an actual letter of inquiry so that you can do it the right way and not do what I've seen a lot of other samples online, people who've done it have done it the wrong way. I want to share with you some best practices for that letter of inquiry so that you can make sure that you do it and hit a home run straight out the gate. And the funders said, great, we want to see your full-blown proposal so that you can get funded. Remember, this is about working effectively and efficiently. Now, I want to thank you guys. A number of you have already given me some comments. I really appreciate those comments that you've been leaving. And I want to invite you now to go leave a comment, maybe about what you just learned right now, or maybe something else. If you're not already a part of some of the groups that I'm in, such as a Facebook group or such as our Grant Writing Club and some of the others, make sure that you go by and leave a comment, or just leave a comment and let me know what's going on with you. I love to continue to work with you to kind of help you out and share some information that can help you to get funded, because I know, you have some big things in mind that you want to do. And I want to see you be highly successful in doing that. So drop me a line. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Until then, my friend, take care and all the best. And make sure, watch out for the next email that I'm going to show you exactly how to do your letter of inquiry, letter of intent at a very, very high level. Take care. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.